Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I'm spending just a little bit of time with my baby alligators. Of course, that came from Gatorland. Told you guys that we just got these in, and eventually they're going to go in this enclosure here, and these guys are going to go back to Florida. Not exactly sure when that's going to happen. They're getting trained up really well, and look at how pudgy they are. When they came in, they were really nice, but now they're really getting the hang of feeding. Again, we're clicker training them so that people can come in and actually feed them. I think it's probably going to still be another month and a half with these guys, but they're absolutely adorable. And one of the things that's kind of funny is that Noah, you guys know Noah has his own channel, link in the description, go and show him some love and subscribe. We were actually looking at these babies the other day, and I was kind of messing around and telling Lori, like, give it a little kiss, give it a little kiss. And of course then I made the mistake of going, oh, I'll kiss it, and I put it up to my nose, grabbed my nose and hung on, wouldn't let go. And you can see the rest of that whole thing over on Noah's channel. Again, go show him some love if you don't mind. But, you know, I didn't think it was as funny as those guys thought it was. You know, that hurt. I'm not going to lie to you. These guys have little chompers even at this size. You know, it was kind of funny, but I think that Lori took it a little too far with her kind of reaction to my pain, if you know what I mean. So I was watching Noah's clip about me getting bit in the nose. Why is it that every time I get hurt, you laugh at me?
So it's nothing personal, that's just who I am, and I always have been. When people get hurt, I just laugh. That's my first reaction.
Is it your way of coping because you're worried, or you just think it's really funny?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That
I'm worried.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Oh my God.
Actually, it's just really funny.
There's no wonder I've got a complex. How about you, Phoebe? Phoebe doesn't appreciate that, right? Phoebe cares about me.
It's not a lack of empathy. It's just that it's really funny. I've mentioned before that I'm super excited about a podcast, you know, where it's going to be like myself, Lori, Noah, maybe all together, maybe we'll do things separate. Regardless, I've been talking about doing a podcast room. I need some help from you guys, I'm not going to lie to you, and today we're actually going to go pick up some gear to get this podcast and make it a reality, but I need some help. I don't know what to call the podcast, right? It's not going to necessarily be just about reptiles. It could be about all kinds of different things, whatever's going on. I've said when I have like my celebrity friends like Carrie King from Slayer or Brent Burns from the San Jose Sharks in town, you know, we can do a podcast, talk about how, like, our connection with animals, but also, you know, what it's like to be a professional hockey player, to tour the world as a rock band, and, you know, things like that. So what would the podcast be called? Go down in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. I need a really cool name to get going, and the podcast room is going to actually be next door. And like I mentioned in the past, this is all going to be built out down here, the basement, and one of the rooms is actually going to be a podcast room. We want to make it really cool, you know, that we can have multiple camera angles, we can have, you know, just kind of roll in there, throw a guest down, you know, sometimes maybe it'd just be the three of us talking about topics, who knows what the case is. So that's what's going to happen down here, but we'll probably launch the first podcast just kind of guerrilla style over at the Reptarium, do one or two podcasts just to get our feet underneath us, so it won't be as pretty and stuff like that, but it's going to be pretty cool. So later on, we're going to head over to Guitar Center, buy a bunch of gear for the podcast, get that started, and then actually later on tonight too, we're going to head over to Steve Bashy, the aquatic guy that builds all our filtration, because he's going to help with the fish spas that are going to go literally right here along this line. There's going to be one fish spa, two fish spas that you can sit on and put your feet in, and the fish actually, you know, eat the dead skin. And by the way, a lot of people have said, yo, bad idea, there's all kinds of health risks. The truth is the CDC actually did a report on the fish spas, and there's nothing, as long as you keep things sterile, that is actually bad for you. So it's a little bit of a wise tale. But that being said, we're going to have UV light and all kinds of stuff to sterilize to make sure we're not spreading bacteria, if you know what I mean. So heading over to Steve's cool place and start to design the fish spas. But before all that, we have a bunch of work to do here at the Reptarium and over at BHB. Eric, this viper boa is monstrous, dude.
It's on the Eric diet.
Holy, it's literally like doubled its size in the last like month.
Yeah.
Oh
They've been blowing up lately. I don't know what it is. I mean, I just kind of feed them on a normal schedule, but
oh my gosh.
They hold that food, man.
That's awesome. You know, we're getting, did you hear Miguel ended up having 7 babies?
No way. Yeah, good for him. That's good, because I was kind of worried about him. You know, they sent those here. He looked a little stressed out.
So we're going to get those 7 babies too.
Oh, very cool. So very cool. Awesome.
We're going to have like 1 million viper boas.
I like them. I personally like them.
They're so awesome.
We have a ton of feeding to do. I have Elijah here helping out, showing him kind of how things work. We're going to feed a bunch of stuff like chameleons, alligators, a whole bunch of other like geckos and stuff like that. So let's get started.
Andrew's doing a good job with Elijah over here, just kind of knocking out all the feeding and the normal maintenance that we have at the Reptarium. Next up, we're actually going to feed this little monkey right here. This is actually a mata turtle from the Amazon. They're so incredible because they look like a leaf, you know? I mean, they're such an unusual animal, and they can get like 30, 32 inches big, so this guy's got a long way to go. And one of the things that's really amazing about them is the way that they actually eat. They'll actually open their mouth and create a vacuum and basically just suck up whatever is in their way, including their food. So hopefully with any luck we'll get a chance to see how this guy does it. It's definitely something that you don't see any other animal do. So let's just feed this little monkey. How absolutely epic was that? I mean, Mother Nature blows me away all the time. These guys are ridiculous. How's your hamsters doing, dude?
Oh, dude, they're doing so good. Well, I told you the hamster hack. We just have the one. And then I got Mary excited. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy a male and we're going to breed them. Because a little baby hamster would be cool. I go upstairs and then we order a pizza Saturday night. Typical Saturday, we're eating. I'm like, oh man, I don't think I put the hamster away, Mary.
You took the hamster out and didn't put it away?
Yeah, I like put it on our bar and we were sitting there with friends, you know, just hanging out with it. It was running.
Were you drinking?
I had a couple drinks.
Oh,
I'm not proud of that.
The hamster got out.
The hamster got out. But I'm like, listen, the pizza's gonna get cold. The hamster's down there somewhere.
So you just ate the pizza?
We ate the pizza. We figured we'll let the little hamster regroup. Okay, we'll find him. So we ate the pizza. We went down. I turned all the lights out before I went upstairs. He was right there. He's just running around. Hey, but he was gone. We came down. He was off the bar because I went upstairs. I came down. He's gone. I'm like, you know what, Mary? We got pizza. There's more important things in life. There's little scraps of food. It can survive. Okay.
So this is responsible hamster ownership here. So you're like a role model, dude.
You know what? I like to lead by example. Okay. So, no, I'm not ready. Stop. What? Yo, what's going on, guys? Very excited. Why wouldn't I be? Because we're feeding snakes. Did that make any sense? I don't think so. Let's get started. So, as you can see here, usually I separate these guys in the bucket. Today I was in a little bit of a hurry, jimbled them all together, so I have to kind of go through here and see what snake gets what. But talking about that, it's kind of funny. Some of these snakes, you can hand feed them, and you almost have to make sure they take it off the tongue so you know they'll eat and it'll be gone by the next day. Other snakes are very shy. I have to drop the food in and just kind of leave them be until the next day. So it's really interesting getting to know the snakes, especially the stock snakes that we're raising up for breeding and stuff. We just have to make sure they're gaining weight, they're eating properly, they're eating the right thing. We have micers, ratters, kind of things like that that'll go off a different scents. So yeah. So for example, I'll show you guys some cool strikes and stuff like that of certain snakes that I like to offer them the food with tongs or my hand. That way they can grab it. I know they're going to eat the next day. Some have to be a little careful because they get a little couple nicks here and there. They will go for your hand. And then it's funny, you have the other snakes that are just so shy. You quickly open it, set the food in, and leave them be. And you definitely don't want to disturb them until the next day. Or my little thing I got going on. Who's coming through the door? Can't work like this. Alright guys, so as you can see, that's actually really cool. I'm really kind of proud of that moment right there, because we just got this false water cobra in last week, and just with different animals, we want to make sure, you know, will they feed off of tongs, will they hand feed? With these guys, I personally like to feed them by tongs just so they kind of get used to you. They know when it's food time, they know when it's time to come out. So I'm really happy that that one took food off of tongs. As you can see, he's mowing that down. He's here, he's eating, which is a really good sign. And as you can tell from these other animals, some want to, you know, rip your finger off. Other ones are a little bit timid and scared, where you have to leave the meal in there, and other ones will take it off of tongs, etc. So it's just really learning and getting to know the animals. But surprisingly, with how many snakes and animals we have, you actually do honestly get to remember, and you know, you get to remember and to remember the patterns or the habits of the snakes, of what they want, how they want to eat it. And that's what's important to me, not to sound cheesy. You want the animal to be happy, to eat food, to grow, and be ready to breed one day.
All right, we're at Guitar Center going to pick up some podcast stuff. Excited about it, get this thing going. My guys at Guitar Center will hopefully hook us up. Lots to choose from here. We got all kinds of different mics. We got a couple people that are going to be helping us out. Again, we want to have audio and video. We need a video switcher and stuff like that. So this is more about audio. It's a learning curve. I don't know what I'm doing here, but ultimately when we get our big studio, we'll have like 3 or 4 cameras, multiple mics, stuff like that. So we want to buy the stuff that we want to get now. We'll see what ends up happening. These mics here.
Yes, we got SM7Bs, which is
Whatever,
like
SM7Bs.
SM7Bs. We're gonna be grabbing these nice stands right here.
Nice stands. We got a mixer. We got a video thing. That way we can have 3 cameras switching back and forth,
Exactly.
wide angle and punch-ins and stuff like that. That's awesome.
And so we gotta sell some extra salt plushies.
Yeah,
pretty much what we got.
Gonna have to do another merch drop just to pay for all this stuff. It's gonna be worth it because podcasting is gonna be amazing. I'm super excited about it because, you know, if you get a chance to do these like more long form interview type things or just talking and chatting, I think, you know, you guys will get to know a lot more about us, not just, you know, 15 minutes of like, you know, high energy. It's gonna be trying to sit back and chill, you know, talk. So
yeah,
I'm
you gotta
super
get to
excited
know
about
this
it.
crazy guy a little bit, because I sure do, and he's an awesome dude.
Well, I appreciate that, but I am excited for you guys to get to know me too. So podcast, we ordered, ready to go. Maybe about 2 weeks we'll do a test podcast. So still need to know a name in the comments. What are the name, so we can decide what we're going to call this podcast. He's such a little monkey, isn't he? Okay, let's get back to work. It's just like maybe like what, 2 foot by 2 foot, like 20 inches tall, like this. And then I'm assuming
I think
like
the filter's got to be in there.
Yeah, that filter's got to be in the back.
bulkhead.
Yeah, I'm assuming the filter's in the back.
Like built into the chair. And then how do you what do you do maintenance like after like how? I mean, because I don't know.
No.
As far as like
do you
after
think?
every person.
No.
Or something like
I know
that?
there's one
Or,
thing they have like
you know,
UV sterilizer on it or something like
you
that to
probably
help.
do.
Yeah, it should probably
Yeah.
freaking whatever.
Well, it keeps
and
it
then
cleaner, too.
no, yeah, and then that's it. You know, they don't do anything.
It just recirculates,
Yeah.
or is it like a legit filter back there?
I think
Like
there's a
does it
filter. I
like so
think-
it has to become biological at some point.
So Lori, you figured out your crazy pot?
Maybe.
So Lori,
YouTube going on.
Lori got this.
I was looking stuff up.
Lori got this Instapot, and she couldn't even open it for like a week. Didn't figure out how to open it.
I've literally had this thing for like 2 months.
2 months.
I didn't know how to take the top off.
So she's not exactly Martha Stewart. She's a great baker, but when you know cooking, you got to so good. So we
Thanks.
got some dinner coming, yeah.
Something's coming.
Oh,
we'll
boy.
see if it turns out.
We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. I'm ready to taste Lori's chicken. I'll give you guys the review, okay?
What? I didn't have it. I had Chipotle.
I mean, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, like what did you expect it to taste like? It's chicken.
Yeah, it's just chicken. It's just, you know, it's not like huge flavored chicken, just chicken.
Oh my god.
But hey,
What?
that's good though, right?
I guess.
All right, so I'm gonna eat, guys, and I'm gonna end the vlog here. I know this was a weird ending to the vlog. If you enjoyed it, here's another vlog I think you would love to see. Here's an entire playlist. Sorry that I'm ending the vlog with food in my mouth. Over here, subscribe button. Turn the post notifications on. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to someone, I promise. I'll see you guys tomorrow.